I, 16, live with my dad, his affair partner, now wife, and her two kids, 12 and 8. I also have an older sister, 19, who's in college. 4 years ago, everything changed. My parents divorced because we found out my dad was cheating. My mom, my sister, and I discovered it together. Turns out the affair partner's husband found out at the same time, and it shattered both our families. Both my mom and the affair partner's ex filed for divorce. For clarity, these kids aren't my dad's. There's no chance of that since they're a different race, just like their dad. Before the affair, my dad was honestly a good dad. He was always there for us. He made time for us. He was involved. But once the affair started, he checked out completely. Suddenly, he was too busy with work or in therapy. We eventually realized it was just an excuse to be with her. After the divorce, my sister and I decided we wanted nothing to do with him. We had primary custody with my mom, which was such a relief. But then the worst thing happened. My mom died unexpectedly last year. Suddenly, I had no choice but to move in with my dad and his affair partner. My sister refused to move in. She was already starting college, and she flat out said she wouldn't live with them even temporarily. When my dad's wife suggested my sister stay for a while, my sister told her to die. Then she blocked my dad's number and cut him off completely. Now, my sister and I talk all the time. I give her updates on how awful things are. Living here is a nightmare. My dad forced me into family therapy with them, but the therapist ended up firing us because I refused to engage. My dad kept pushing the therapist to fix things, but she couldn't, because I had zero interest in building some fake relationship with them. My dad and I fought after that. He told me I couldn't hide behind my mom anymore. He tried to act all apologetic, saying he was sorry for hurting us, but I just needed to understand that he fell in love. Seriously? Like I care. I told him flat out that I didn't care, I didn't want to try, and the second I can leave, I'm gone, just like my sister. My dad got pissed, but it didn't change anything. My grandparents tried to get custody of me, but since they live out of state, the court wouldn't allow it. Apparently, because I'm 16 and my dad is still alive, there's no way around it. Fast forward to now. My dad's wife is pregnant and things are bad. She's having serious complications, constant sickness, bleeding, high blood pressure, you name it. My dad and his wife started pressuring me to help out after school. They want me to take care of stuff around the house and help her until my dad gets home. I told them no. I started staying out late after school just to avoid them. Even when I'm home, if she asks me for help, like getting her water or something, I ignore her completely. That's when they got desperate. They sat me down and said how serious this pregnancy is. They told me she and the baby could both die and that I needed to step up and help. I told them point blank, if she needs more help, then ask her kids, not me. I don't care what happens to her. I could tell they were stunned, but I didn't stop. I told them I didn't want to be there, that I never wanted to live with them, and they needed to leave me alone because they weren't ever going to make a family out of this mess they created. They freaked out, saying her kids were too young to help and that I should care about any human life. But honestly, I just feel nothing for them.